Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today we just got 3 new archetypes revealed for crossover breakers. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, definitely hit that bell so you can become part of Notification Squad, and let's go ahead and check out these new archetypes. So for those who don't know, crossover breakers is actually going to be the next deck build pack, similar to Valiant Smashers, where we get 3 archetypes in one pack, and usually the archetypes are very flushed out, where we actually get some pretty cool archetypes that are playable right out of the pack. So let's go ahead and check out these 3 new archetypes. So for the first archetype, it's actually going to be Raisel. Raisel is really cool because it makes me think a lot of Zeus and Typhon, because the text for this is XZ monsters that unleash energy made of shining light, burning flames, and booming thunder, which makes me think with them being XZ monsters that they might tie in Zeus and Typhon into this archetype, and that would actually be really cool to actually see an entire archetype dedicated around Zeus and Typhon, with maybe miniature versions of them for main deck monsters. They can also summon out smaller versions of them and then basically go into them later in the game to be able to just end the game. And this is a really cool looking archetype. For a close-up of the artwork, they look really cool, and I really am excited to see what they do, because the thunder in the fist and the flames all over this card just looks absolutely amazing, and it's such a cool artwork. I'm really excited to see what these XZ monsters do. So for the next one, we have Malice, which is the one I'm actually excited for the most. And the actual text for this one says, seize control of the mysterious digital universe using all sorts of codes, which gives me the hint that this might actually be a cyber archetype, which would be really cool and really awesome to have a link-based strategy for these cards. And the cool thing is about these cards is it really looks like it's almost like an Alice in Wonderland style deck, but it's actually going to be a digital version of it, where instead of going through Wonderland, you're going through the internet, which is pretty cool, and I like that about these cards. For a close-up of the artwork, this is what probably the main deck boss monster is going to look like, or one of the cards like a Stratos-like card for the deck. We're not sure yet if this is actually going to be the boss monster, but it does look like it's like the Queen of Hearts, but a digital version. And the thing about this archetype the most is it almost looks like Nier to me, if you guys have ever played that game, because of the way that it's almost digital inside of her dress, which is really cool. And I love that about this, that you can see almost in the folds that it almost looks like a digital network, which is really cool. So for the next one, we have Longhua. Longhua looks amazing and almost looks like an illusion archetype, which is pretty cool, and I like that about these cards, but it's actually going to be based on dragons. If you guys notice in the hand, though, it actually looks like around the wrist that it is basically an Eye of Illusion, which is pretty cool. But the actual text for this is it's a high-level theme based around ascending to become dragons, and centered around 3 dragons vying for supremacy. Meaning that there's going to be 3 different factions inside of this archetype that is going to be competing to be the basically big dragon in the archetype, which is pretty cool. So it means we may actually have 3 different boss monsters for this archetype. And this is actually maybe a reference to the romance of the 3 kingdoms, and it's really cool that it actually is. And we already have a couple of different archetypes in the game, like Ancient Warrior, that's actually based around the romance of the 3 kingdoms, but it's still a really cool thing to base archetypes around. But this card actually almost looks like a Masterpiece to me, if you guys have ever seen that card, and it looks like it's based on almost like the Draco Slayers, but almost like an illusion archetype style. And if you guys notice as well, on the back of this card, you actually will see a green gem, a red gem, and a blue gem that's hidden by the horn of this monster, meaning that it could have 3 different factions, which is pretty cool about this archetype, and I really think it's going to be neat. But again, notice the wrist, it does kind of sort of look like an Eye of Illusion, so it does kind of hint to me that this might be like a dragon illusion archetype, which would be really awesome. Maybe when they ascend to be dragons, they actually become illusion monsters because they've ascended to an ascendant plane, which would be really cool about this archetype. I'm really excited to see what these actually turn out to be and see what kind of like strategy they come up with for these cards. So definitely comment down below which one of these new archetypes you're looking forward to the most. I'm actually looking forward to Malice the most, because I think it's going to be really cool. Because if you guys notice as well, the A is actually flipped upside down, which is kind of a code thing. And I really think that these archetypes are going to be super cool between Longhua, the Racel, and Malice. I really think they're all going to be awesome, and definitely be on the lookout for crossover breakers. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely hit that bell notification, become part of notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.